Two Doctors Homestead. My name's Daniel, and this is another episode of Prepper Pantry Pick of the Week. And before we jump into it, I want to thank all the new followers and everyone making comments on the videos. We enjoy the comments. We're a small channel, so sharing the video, commenting on the video helps us out and keeps us encouraged. So thank you everybody for making the comments. I'm enjoying the conversation. But having said that, let's jump into the pick of the week. I've got 3 items we're showing this week. We have first cream of chicken condensed soup. We're going to jump into that. We have the Del Monte made with fresh cut green beans. And then we have the French fried onions, great value. So I want to jump into each of these and just talk about what you get in the package and where it might fit into your long-term food storage pantry. These are canned goods mostly, so I went to 1,500 calories. That's considered the starvation level as long as you stay above 1,500 calories. As we jump into the math, you'll see why I just went to 1,500 calories and not, say, 2,000 or more. I wouldn't recommend living on a 1,500 calorie diet. But if you're trying to avoid starvation, that seems to be the number that they use, right? So first item here is cream of chicken soup. So this was 68 cents a can. You might be able to find it on sale this time of year. Seems like a good price. So there's 2.5 servings per container, 60 calories per serving. So each can is 150 calories, right? So you would need 10 cans to get to 1,500 calories. So at 10 cans, you'd be paying $6.80, and that would weigh a total of 10 pounds for 10 cans would weigh 6 pounds. So if you were going to survive long-term food storage pantry, zombie apocalypse, SHTF, if your plan was to survive on canned goods, cream of chicken soup, you would need 10 cans a day, and that's going to cost you $6.80. So in those 10 cans, you would get 20 grams of fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 7,200 milligrams of sodium, which is 3 times the daily recommended, 90 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, calcium, and potassium, right? And the shelf life is about 1.5 years, best by date on the can. Some people argue canned goods last forever, and maybe they do, right? So that is the draw of the canned goods, is that long shelf life and a nice metal container, everything's sealed up in there. Maybe it lasts forever, but you're talking 10 cans to get through one day to stay above the starvation level, and $6.80 per day, which is not the worst, right? But we're gonna keep going. It gets worse on the green beans. So we've got the fresh cut Blue Lake cut, it's cut twice, fresh cut green beans. So I want to talk about these a little bit in terms of your long-term food storage pantry. So this was $4.14 for the can. It says 12 servings per container, 20 calories per serving. That's at 20 calories per serving, and that says undrained. So they're assuming you're drinking the juice versus drained is only 15. We did 20 calories per serving because that's what's in the can. So it takes 6.25 cans to get to 1,500 calories. So you'd actually have to eat 6.25, so you can call it 6 if you want, cans just to stay above the starvation level. Now each can weighs 3.13 pounds, so that's 20 pounds of canned goods to get through one day. 20 pounds of these green beans, and that would cost you $25.87 for the 6.25 cans. So in my mind, not an option, right, for your long-term food storage pantry. Maybe some, right? Obviously, some people are going to say the green beans are good for you. In that sense, it has potential nutritional value, but the idea of living on canned goods, living on green beans is just silly, right? Are you really going to roll 20 pounds and $25 for that one day living on the green beans? Probably not. So in that 20 pounds, day, 6.25 cans, you would have 28,500 milligrams of sodium, which is 12x the daily recommended. Now, if you're young, you're in good shape, you have a healthy heart, maybe you can absorb that, no big deal. If you have high blood pressure or anything else, probably not. That is a ton of sodium. You do get 225 grams of carbs, which is a mix of fiber and sugar. And you get 75 grams of protein, which isn't horrible in and of itself. 75 grams of protein for a day. calcium, iron, and potassium. So that's 2 years, best by date on the can. Once again, some people say canned goods last forever, which I think is the prepper draw, the long-term food storage draw, but not at $25 to get you to 1,500 calories. You can get a lot of things for $25 to live on for one day. So in my mind, I get it, canned goods have a place in your pantry, but I wouldn't go heavy on the canned goods. It's just the calories aren't there for the weight. Are you really going to carry or even be able to eat 20 pounds of this just to get 1,500 calories? I think you're going to starve to death. So next item we want to jump into is the French fried onions. Right, this would be my choice. So this is $2.94 for the bag, 24 servings, 40 calories per serving, 960 calories in the package. So that would take 1.5 bags to get to 1,500 calories. We did 1,500, so everything matches. That would only weigh 9 ounces, so it's 6 ounces to the bag. It's pretty lightweight, so you get a bag and a half. You get 9 ounces of the onions, and that would be $4.41 for 1,500 calories, compared to $25.87 for 1,500 calories, or $6.80 for 10 cans to get to 1,500 calories. So the cheapest of the three options, and certainly the lightest. So if you did eat a bag and a half, your 1,500 calories of the French fried onions, you get 108 grams of fat, 900 milligrams of sodium, 144 grams of carbohydrates, and some potassium. And it says it has a 1-year shelf life on the bag. So 1-year shelf life is always good, or best by date. If it's mostly dehydrated onions, some flour, stuff like that, it would probably last longer. You just use your best judgment. So in terms of your long-term food storage pantry, not saying eat the onions, right? Just eat a bunch of raw onions. That's not my point. My point is this is lighter, certainly takes up less space, and is more calorie dense. And that's always my argument against canned goods, is that they're not calorie dense, they're ultra high salt, and they're heavy. You couldn't really carry them with you, right? So I know a lot of YouTube preppers say go get your canned goods, and I get it, has a long shelf life, and maintain some of that nutritional value, but you're going to need calories not to starve to death, and this should not be your first choice for calories. So we want to break it down. It's that time of the year. You can mix your cream of chicken soup with your green beans and your French fried onions, and you get your green bean casserole, right? Just in time for Thanksgiving. So sorry, as always, we thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.